Yeah, good morning, guys. Welcome to our back sessions. Today session, almost we have done with 150 sessions, and next today's session going to be 151 and 152. Two sessions will continue for 2 hours. Okay, the topic still remains the same. We are into the internal tables topic. Right. So, quick revision recap. Because revision is must and mandatory, I am emphasizing from the day one onwards. The reason is like we are covering in detail topic and relevant topic here and there, we are switching. That's why you have to follow these sessions as sequential, who are listening remotely, who are following. Okay. So, if you have any questions, concerns, you can reach out to me, as well as any practical hands-on issues, any errors also, screenshots, you can share it so that I can discuss. Because based on your questions also, I will come to know these are all the areas the freshers or learners may get doubts and all. It's always, I look for any kind of new learning scope because the first one is direct learning. Second one is on job learning or on practice learning. Okay, either way, or only on practice, errors through learning. Error by error, we are learning. Okay, so this is what direct or indirect learning. I will also look for, if we don't learn the same topic, it will be bore for batch by batch, isn't it? That's why, yeah, but we found that some new concepts, new understanding in every time, whenever we discuss the same content, same topic, I am getting that enhanced feeling. Okay, so same rule applicable for you also. It's so depth and depth because scenario to scenario, the understanding levels differs. That's why we cannot conclude that we learned everything or we got mastery in nothing. Yes, we can hardly say that we got good command on this particular area and all. Okay, good hold on this, but there is no such complete mastery guru. No, we cannot use that word because it's a these things are keep on extending also. The syntaxes again, SAP introduced 7.5 new syntaxes also, we have to discuss that. Okay, so now quick that's the reason you have to prepare a notes, you have to revise that notes or videos daily on every topic. Consistency is most important. Uh, okay, I already mentioned all the prerequisite things in the at the initial level. That's why I don't give a talk even on instructions or any general guidelines also. So my intention is you need to follow as I'm uh, teaching, I'm delivering subject training or mentoring or guiding to you on daily basis. Similarly, you also maintain the same passion and all to. Okay, but any question concerned, always welcome. You can chat with me, you can call and discuss any questions. Most welcome. Okay, and from my end, I am open. So you think about yourself. You can reach out to me or not. That is okay. Thank you. Coming to the revision part, introduction, lecture, login, logout procedure, screen basic, advanced navigations, dictionary, and programming basics. Now the second half of the programming, structures and internal tables. Internal tables theory over, hands-on started. We are discussing this topic. First topic was with our own data. Very rarely we go with our own data because internal tables are meant for to work with built-in standard tables data. 99% we go with, very rarely we go with our own data. Yes. So at that time, because when I say tables data, tables are two types again. Oh, first one is built-in table, second one is our table. The way we work with built-in table. Similarly, we work with our tables GEMP master, GDEPT master also we can work. Same syntaxes, same everything. So here, if you observe it, without header line syntax I introduced. The syntax is first you have to go with local structure type. That structure type through we declare two data objects, internal table and work area. Because you want to process the internal table to further level, this work area is required explicitly. You have to type it, then only it creates in the memory. Because yesterday I explained what exactly with types, component, data, itab, work area. This basic syntax I explained how to create with type and like. Because here first we declared internal table first, then work area can be created by type addition or like addition. Type means type followed by the line type. Source line type you can use it. Same line type we have to use it so that internal table and work area it should be compatible because this is very important. Yes, if the work area is created with the 4 5 columns, the internal table with the 3 columns, there again you will get compatible issues. That's why that is not the case. Both should be created with same line type or structure type. And the second one is if you want to create by like line of means like line of followed by item, internal table. Because you can also create a internal table with reference to one line. How a line is created? Line is created with listener and one name. So it is referring to the line. When it is referring to line, you will get the same column names here with the same data type and length here. That's about your referring concept. So now, yes, we will go back to the further explanation and all. Yes. Uh, yeah, we went on these keywords and all. I introduced how to create internal table work area, select query explanation. Then followed by we have to discuss total 12 operations of internal table without header line and with header line. That's what the depth of this is the very important topic as I mentioned earlier. So we have to go little slow and with clear understanding also. Right. Like first one is because always you have to remember this entire SAP subject with respect to architecture point of view. Architecture dimension is important. Okay, presentation level, user or customer sits and or even functional consultants also. They want some data. They come to ABAPer. They reach out to ABAPer that we want this data. So, how ABAPer brings this data or fetch this data? He creates a program, he or she, because in ABAP mostly all are working, all age groups you can expect it also. Yes, because it's a common programming language. Whoever have interested towards programming, they might be directly learned about, or they might be some Java background, .NET background, or some other programming background through. They switched into ABAP. These type of resources are there in the ABAP overall. So they create a program with your respective specified table, and again they will write a select query. They declare the internal table and select query followed by processing itab data, and finally it will display. They'll display in a report manner, whatever the way you are expecting the output. Correct? So coming to okay. So I already told you step one, declare the target areas first. Okay, target area should be compatible. Yes, as per our requirement. Create it, declare it. After declare it, fetch the data by using select queries. Then Once you got the copy of the data, then further process it to loop and loop through, you can process it. So there is a question here. Yes. First, what is the loop operation? So loop and loop is one of the loop available in ABAP, and ABAP supports this loop and loop keywords. Right. So what happens technically? Yes. Loop and loop is used, basic purpose of loop and loop is used to read, okay, all records from internal table. This is the basic purpose of loop and loop. Yes. So what is the meaning? Loop statement, loop statement starts, loop statement starts reading, okay, records from internal table first record. Yes, internal table first record means first index record. That's what. So this I am going to add one more addition called as always, because this is a kind of mandatory statement. Your understanding should be crystal clear. Always loop statement begins from or starts from reading from the internal table first entry or record. See, you call it as entries also okay, records also okay. Terminology doesn't matter at all. Line by line I use, row by row I use, both are same. Okay. Yes. Now, right. So what happens? It reads record from internal table first record. Yes. Where is this first record? Yes. This is your first record. Either Ravi record, otherwise in this case, your certain listener, that is vendor number, supplier number 2. Yes. It will read first iteration, first record, second record, and so on. Right. Now, next iteration, yes, because this is iteration by iteration. Okay, loop is also called as iteration. Okay, iterate or iterate, either way you pronounce it. Next iteration, okay, it reads second record, and so on. What is the meaning of and so on? Means it will continue in this manner only. Yes, this loop statement will to read, continue to read all the entries, all the records of iTab, all the records of iTab or internal table. Yes, right. After completion of all entries, okay, that is after after reading all entries, all entries, all entries are all records. Finally, mm, finally, the loop gets terminated. Okay, loop gets terminated automatically. You don't require any exit statement or continue or no other statement. Yes, this is so this loop statement repeats. In this case, there are three entries. So the loop repeats for 3 times. Fourth times also it will try to read the entry. Since it does not find, it will automatically gets exit. Even in this case, also 3 records it will read. Fourth iteration it will go for termination. Automatically it will terminate. We don't require any explicit keywords to terminate. Okay, clear? This is your uh, technically speaking. Okay, right. There may be 3 records, 10 records, 100 records, 1,000 records, 10,000 records also. It will continue for 10,000 times. Okay, yes. That is about your, yes. So now the question is system field, system field, SciTabix. SciTabix provides the current current processing current processing iteration number, current processing iteration number. Okay, that's about your SciTabix. So if you want me to show, I will show. I'm introducing SciTabix is a SYST. Okay, SciTabix is your SYST structure, global structure. Suppose listener land one, name one, postal code, correct? This is what our second program. Yes. Here I'm going to add, yes, SciTabix. So you have to know that Psi index is different, Psi tabix is different. Psi index is used in do loop and while loop, but Psi tabix is used in loop in. If you look at here, yes, this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3 is automatically gets incremented, gets incremented. So now, with this knowledge, I will take you to debugger once because number of times we can debug it, not a issue. Yes. So there is a, you have to observe because every time debugger, we don't repeat the same topic. We go with new observations. That's what you have to observe. As I mentioned, work area and internal table memory addresses are same. And this is select query is not a kind of loop. Into table means at a time 3 records or 10 records, it will place it into I tab. Yes. Check with the size sub RC 0. That is 0 means it gets failed. So obviously it goes to the else. I tab is already holding 3 entries. This is the I tab data. Correct? But here, since it is a standard index internal table, you can see this column row 1, 2, 3. Who told you to create? This is implicit. System internally maintains this. This we cannot edit because this is not under our control. 1, 2, 3 is not under our control. Because if the record is coming, four gets automatically gets created. Okay, 4 get created automatically. Your things are, you can start from your listener land one only, right? Yes. And coming to this, like suppose here in select, I added ORT01 also, suppose by mistake. Immediately, while syntax error, you will get ORT01 not declared in your internal table. So you have to always understand that three things should be always in sync. Sync means synchronization. That is always it should be equal. What are the three things? First, whatever the columns you typed it, field names or column names of the respective database tables you typed it. Same names only you have to fetch. Same column names only you have to print. That means names should be same, number also should be same. You are fetching declared 4 columns, fetch 4 columns, print 4 columns. Suppose I don't know, it is a good practice to be sync. Okay, I already explained this initial level only. See, I declared additional columns which are not going to fetch, it's of waste. And I fetched away many things I am not going to print. That is also waste, time waste. See, which something is not required to use it next level. Why are you fetching? Why time, memory waste, unnecessary load on the system? That's why don't declare unnecessary fields here which you are not going to use it. That's it. Don't fetch unnecessary data which you are not going to process to next level. Got it? Yes. And always, if you come in a reverse manner, If you want to print or process something, it should be fetched first, it should be declared first. So all the three should be in a relevance. This is a common topic. I think I repeated once again. I am telling you. Yes. Okay. Very important. Do I final conclude statement is don't fetch unnecessary data. Right. Coming to the loop processing topic, loop point of view. Yes, you we will observe two things. Sytabics. See, Sytabics by default Sytabics value is 1. Yes. So it is first, yes. Hmm. First iteration is it is listener 1. Yes, it is first record is processing. Yes, hours 0 record found. It is writing 1 listener. Second iteration, Sytabics automatically incremented to 2. Second record is writing. Next, uh, third iteration, third iteration, third record is processing. Uh, Now Sytabics is 3. It is writing. Next, fourth iteration, you have to observe. See, that is even Sytabics did not become 4 or there is no fourth record. Right? So now, yes, you have to note down this explanation. So, Sytabics is a system field or system variable which is a component of global structure. Component of global structure, global SYST structure. Okay, right. What is that? Sytabics does what? Sytabics provides internal table index. Sytabics hmm, provides index of internal table. We can say that or else current processing record index or entry index. That's about your overall uh, Tabix related. Hmm? The yes, what next? Sytabix, okay. What is that? Default value is 1. Second iteration, okay. In case of second iteration, it becomes, that is, it increments. Becomes means best terminology, it increments to 2 and so on. And so on means it will continue in this way. That is, so what you have to do is you have to understand this way. Sytabix value gets auto incremented. You no need to do incremented by the system itself. Okay. Yes. It is recommended to use between loop and loop so that you will get appropriate meaning. Sytabics. That's one of the small explanation here. Okay. So next, because loop is very important, each operation is very, very important. We have to discuss that. Next, there is a question like we are reading the record. So when loop statement reads the record, okay, from table, okay, target area must be declared must be declared as compatible and to hold the record. Okay, that is what important. So target area should be there. So in general, target area can be work area, can be declared as work area. But sometimes we can use we can use field symbol also as target area. Okay. Yes. So why we need work area? Because work area is required to hold that particular loop result. Loop result, each record comes to work area. So once the record is available at work area level, we can perform any kind of modifications at work area. And after that, this changes. See, the first step one, in our case, what we are trying to do, loop at I tab into work area, we are printing, right statement, so you can print it. So first step is, yes, at work area level, using work area, we can print slash display output to list screen, output screen. That is the basic right statement. Okay. This is only the way if you want to print output of iTab entries, record by record, it will print. Internally, it will process record by record, but final output, you will get it as a all data at a time. Second, because I told you there are two ways to print iTab. One of the approaches, there is a one concept of function module. That function module, if you pass your internal table to function module, what happens directly? It will print all the iTab entries to the output screen. At the time, your work area processing is not required. But in classic approaches without function module, if you want to print in a normal approach, you require this particular work area is must. Work area also should be declared with equal names, equal compatibility, equal columns, everything. Then only you can comfortably you can. So first one is first record, first iteration. What happens? This record comes. We are printing work area LFA1 hyphen listener land one name one wart 01 etc. PSTLZ. It will print means it will keep into internal buffer. First, it will write to that buffer, it will maintain it, accumulate all the entries internally. Second iteration, second record comes, it will override the first record, write statement, next third iteration, fourth iteration, and so on. It will end the loop. Yes. So what happens? The last record remains at work area. Correct? Okay. Fine. What happens? You can finally, after completion of that, it will go for the this. Okay, clear? This is about your loop state. But we can also do another operation. Yes. At work area level, work area is also used to to modify the internal table entry. Yes, this is also we can do it. Work area can be used for several purposes, not only for this particular. If you want to perform any operation on directly table, we don't do it. Always read internal table, okay, record or records. Yes, can read it and finally process it. Here you have to observe one important thing. Yes, always loop statement starts reading from the table I said. table to work array. But very, very important. Yes, yes, this also I can add this way. Always do remember that loop statement reads only one record at a time. Okay, only one record at a time. That means, what does it mean? It process, it process record by record or entry by entry. Okay, is entry by entry. This is what you have to remember it. Okay, loop itself is meant for to process record by record. If you don't specify anything, by default it will start from the first record, first. So that's why we use the word called as iterations. Iteration word is applicable for this particularly. Okay, so that's about your concepts. We'll discuss field symbols topic as separate, header line topic as separate. Yes, loop at I tab into work array and loop. Right. Next. Okay. Fine. We'll go back. Yes. Loop statement also. Yes. Loop statement also supports size subRC check. Size subRC check. That is, if record found by the system, then system fills the return code value as size subRC value as 0. Okay. If record found, then system sets size subRC value as a 0. That is success case. Otherwise, 4. Simple statement is enough. This, what is the implied meaning for 4? In failure case, if the record not found, it goes to 4 also. But in general, we don't do sub-RC check in loop, but it does support. Yes, if we go back to our program now, back there are two types of meanings in our, like record not found, no record found, but no clarity here. At that time, you have to write record not found in the database tables. In the database table. Yes, that is LFA1 table. Here, no records found in the internal table, because size subRC is used for select query, select statement also. Size subRC is used for loop statement also. Okay, so this you have to remember all these things. Right, next, if you want the loop statement, yes, loop, type loop here, loop, press tab automatically, just press tab. You will get loop at end loop this way. Loop at, if you see automatically loop followed by space, what is the possible? These are all the possible cases. Loop at group, loop at screen, loop at cursor, loop at from to with control. Okay, all these additions are allowed here. So first one is most commonly used is loop at. Okay, yes, loop at. You will keep loop at. Then if you go to, this is your internal table name. Yes, internal table name, because at each operand position, after that control space, after internal table, what is possible next level? Loop at internal table assigning followed by field symbol. Loop at cursor is there. Cursor is used for table control. From into. Yes, into is most commonly used addition. From is index based using, referring to. Step loop and all very rarely used. Transporting no fields means we don't want to move the data. Without moving the data, you want to carry out some operation, only check whether record is there or not. At that time, we can use a word called as transporting no fields. With key or with index, okay, or where condition. Yes, loop at iTab with control, with table control. So going forward, we will come to know, we'll introduce this syntax. So basically, you go with loop at iTab into followed by what? Into followed by C, final LFA1 space REPID work area. See, automatically system proposed when control comes to 40, it already considered the above declaration. That's why it is showing your work area LFA1. Then still you want to go to further control space. Yes, here that is at the top and position what is supported. Cursor from group by step using keyword with control. These are all the things supported. Okay, this is the way you have to explore. So always I will tell you. So when you type loop, press tab, you will get IT and end loop automatically. Yes, this is the advantage of ABAP. So if you type if, end if, you will get it. Do end do, you will get it. Form end form, you will get it. Do tab, do end time. See the case. This is the advantage. If you want to go to the pattern based, pattern through, if you want to insert it, go to other pattern, go to here. Yes, now you can use a keyword called as case do form loop. Yes, use the loop. Here it is user defined, here it is standard, ABAP standard tab, you will get a loop. So pattern through, if you insert the loop, yes, this is the case. Loop at table, okay, end loop. Okay, see this is auto K. T stands for internal table. That's it. This basic dot means you have to build. You will get the Outlook template. Rest you have to build it. This is the way you can even insert through pattern also. The next, because loop statement, what are the variations of loop statement? Loop statement can be nested. Yes, can be nested. What is the meaning of nested means? Yes, this is nested. Loop at suppose I tab 1 into work area 1. Just I'm giving a rough idea to you. Yes. So end loop. This is called as a outer loop. Okay. In between, if you want to go to another internal table process, loop at I tab 2. Okay. Into, because this is a caps, into is a keyword, right? Into is a keyword. Into followed by work area 2. Into followed by work area 2, then it should be end with end loop here, right? Then move on to the, because here I am not only giving the general theory, I am covering all of my experience, the project based experience things. What are all the variations you will come across in this journey? So it is good to have in and out knowledge so that tomorrow you can directly apply in the project. Yes, while learning in detail learning. Yes, otherwise spending time on loops itself taking 1 hour. Generally, they cover only 5-10 minutes and move on to the next level. Because, but it is very, very important. Okay, into, if you have good hold on this particular internal table topic, you can play with ABAP. That's it. Entire ABAP deals with this. Yes, loop statement, internal tables topic only. So here I'm just writing some statement block. Okay, some statement block is nothing but some set of statements. Okay, yes, okay, right. So try to observe it. At which case we go for loop and loop, because this is nesting scenario already introduced, nothing new for you. Let's go for do and do can be nested. That already I gave example also. Do and do inside do and do. Correct? Outer loop, inner loop. You can go to nested levels. Same while and while in inside of out one outside while loop. Inside you can use one more while loop, and again inside you can use one more while loop. Similar rule applicable to loop and loop also. So loop can be nested to any extent, but generally this is not recommended as performance wise, not at all recommended. So because consider a scenario where a large size program is there, there you have declared three internal tables with three different data and correspondingly three work areas are there. So in that this internal table compatible with WA1, this internal table 2 compatible with WA2. This is compatible with. So to avoid confusions and to extend the clarity, it is a good practice to declare internal table and its corresponding work. Don't use one work area for two internal tables. That is leads to confusion sometimes. Best practice will keep separate so that we can use it. If tomorrow if you want to want to apply clear or some operation, it will affect on that work area only. Okay. Yes. So what is why this is not recommended? Yes, it is not recommended by SAP. Performance reasons. Okay. By SAP for performance reason. It is negative impact is there. Sometimes they what they will do is loop end loop between they will write select query. That is more dangerous, not required. That is not at all recommended. But generally, this process you can do it if there is no such case is there. Then at that time only you will go with. In generally, it is better. There is a one concept called as parallel cursor. That mechanism is used as alternative. Yes, rather than nested loops. Okay, that we will talk later. So suppose what we will see, what why it is not recommended is, let's take this iTab has 100 records. This iTab have 50 records. This iTab got 20 records. Just general. Okay, let us assume a scenario. So what happened? This outer loop repeats for 100 times. But for each record of each iteration of the iTab, this inner loop go for 50 times. This will go for 20 times. Again, you take the second index record. Again, for it will go for 50 times. It will go for 20 times. See, this way you are burdening your loading the unnecessary load on the system, keeping the load on the system, isn't it? Yes, this is to process each record of the outer loop. Corresponding statements also will repeat for that many times because you have to go for obviously 100 times. So when you repeat outer loop for 100 times, 100 into this loop, each record purpose 50 times, and each record purpose 20 times. See how many times this loop gets repeated. That is, that take lot of time, lot of low. This one leads to sometimes runtime error also. Timeout errors also will get it. Okay. But at least you have to know technically this is possible to process. Well, because when we go for this case is, if you want to read some data is there, you want to read its corresponding data from second internal table, and second index internal table corresponding data from third internal table. So if you want to read, connectivity should be there between these three internal tables. Otherwise, there is no such meaning to process. Got it? Yes. This is about your overall loop loop student. But now we will look at other related cases. Okay, fine. Let's, because I said I don't want to disturb this declaration part. We will discuss later. Select queries also will discuss. But we will go to the what next? Loop related further informations. Okay. But again, prior to that, I will discuss one more topic. That is also very important topic. Yes, that is because it's a part of our this thing only. Let us go to the very important. Select query with the target. Yes. Let's take this is your database. Database. There are many tables are there, but we this is one table, this is another table, this is another table, and so on. That is, this is your, in our case it is LFA1, LFA1, yes, because this is LFB1 and LFC1, suppose, assume a scenario like this, LFC1. But my requirement is always LFA1, suppose. Okay, LFA1. At that time, how this entries. So first of all, sometimes I am targeting as only a small variable, one case, small variable. Sometimes I am targeting as only three columns, only three columns. Yes, if you take this is your only three columns, two, three columns. But sometimes we are declaring all the rows. Yes, this is your this way. Okay, right. Next, internal tables also we have two types. That is, even if you go to that internal table with only three columns or two columns internal table is one case, and the next one is all columns internal table is another case. So, what are these variations? You have to know must. Yes, you have to know all these things. Suppose first this is target target as hmm, target as variable target as variable. Yes, this is what is the difference here? Target as this is target as structure target as structure with all columns. Okay, target structure as all columns, right? Then this is target structure as hmm, target structure as particular columns. So target structure with required columns. This is the common, yes, required columns. Right. This is one thing you have to remember it. Then go to the, yes, internal table also two types we can declare it. First internal table is I tab with the required fields, required fields, I tab with all fields. Yes, I tab with all database table fields. So these are all the variations. So now, for example, we will go to red color. We'll write it. How this select query differs. First of all, if this is your, yes, this is select. Select is a keyword. Single field. Select a single field name into into mm, variable into variable variable from LFA1. This is there. In this case, LFA1 only. Right. We don't want any more additions. Got it? This is select single field. Select single land one into variable. This is already declared as a land one. This is already this type of scenarios we already declared. Yes, let's go to the another variations that is important. Suppose here it is. We have two types of select queries. We can expect it here. So now this is the select query. Select single star. Select single star from or into. Okay, into your what is that? Like kind of GS underscore LFA1. Okay. Next from KNA1 or LFA1. This is one thing. You remember it. So that means it should be declared as GS underscore LFA1. Right. Go to this. In this case, the query differs. Select hmm, select a single also a keyword. Select a single. What is that? Column 1. Select a single column 1. Select a single column 2 and column 3. Yes. From into same into GS LFA1 only. From LFA1 that is there by default. No need to write every time. Okay, or you write it. There is a space. We'll write it. So because you should not get confused from LFA1 also. Right. What is the difference of this? You have to understand it. So this is and one more scenario like this internal table. Yes. Query select. There is no single word here. Select particular fields. If it is particular fields, select column 1, select column 2, select column 3. Simply okay into I tab from LFA1 directly from LFA1. Okay. LFA1 you write in small case anything you can write. This is one type of select query. And the last query for this particular internal table is this. Select star from select star into or from either way you write it. Okay. Into select star into I tab from LFA1. So these variations you have to have clear knowledge. Yes, because altogether, yes, target area and corresponding yes, select with target areas, different target areas. Yes. Otherwise, in ABAP, we can find three data objects I said already. Simple data object is variable, complex data objects are structures and internal table, isn't it? So now if you go back to our initial day topic, when I introduced variable, I started with to simply n1 type I, n1 equals to 10, print n1. That is all these variable or structure or itab, you can work with our own data or SAP data, SAP tables data. So mostly SAP and ABAP is meant for business tables data we use it. That's why majority our examples are into on built-in tables. Okay. So that tomorrow without confusion you can work in a project also. Right. So in this case, source is always source is fixed. LFA1 table. Only targets we varies. When target varies, correspondingly select query must be vary. This should be, you have to have clear knowledge. But going forward, there is a one topic called as OpenSQL statement, OpenSQL. At that time, I will give much more in-depth explanation on this select queries, how this select query differs. But still, this picture we will come back in detail explanation. But try to understand now as much as you can. Once again, we'll come back at the time you will get 100%. Yes. So this is today's topic is we are only focusing on not on select queries, mainly target areas. So now actually I need to write this way. What is the meaning of that is, suppose here, I'll go to the normal color. Yes. You have to take this particular GS means global structure with three columns I have to write it. Only three columns I have to write. Then only this picture got meaningful. Then go to the next level. Even this internal table also I need to write with three columns. Three columns with all rows. Three columns with multiple rows, not only three rows. Don't confuse multiple rows, you can write it. But here, this is a I tab with 20, 30. It is actually 230 columns. I had to write it here. 230 columns. Yes. Records depends. How many records are there in the database that we don't know. Records gets extension. There is a concept of extended stuff. Yes. Okay, so this is the complete picture of this thing. Okay, so here, because we cannot draw 250 just formally, okay, this is the actual picture of I tab. Okay, yes. So this is your, yes, internal tables point of view. Yes, yes, all this variation is important. This is also named as, this is also named as I tab because I tab means internal table or ITLFA1. This is also named as I tab and this is just named as a simply var variable because target name should be this way. Right. Next what? You go to here like this is your go to this also holds all the fields. Yes, all the fields because but one row. So it all when to use which target area is that should come into memory as per the requirement. Yes, this is what all ABAP is. This entire slide, if you understand this picture, this bitmap image, if you understand, the entire ABAP is over. 50% of your B6 topic is completed. That's why I'm spending more time, more emphasis on this particular topic. Okay. Yes. So now, got it. If I go back to my, yes, this is SAP picture where you can read and write. Read, modify, and again this changes, whatever you do it, this changes, you can again write the changes back on internal table index. Read particular index record, perform change at work area level. That directly you cannot do any change on the table. If for every iteration you have to, every record should come to work area level, then only you can do the change. Okay. Yes. If we go to here, some around 50th or above, you will find one picture of data objects. There is a topic of data objects. Various data objects, you will find it here. This data types versus data objects topic. Yes. Now, where I was, second, still we will continue and because that actually SAP picture gives much more clear knowledge for you to understand. Yes. What are the different data objects can be declared mm, as a target area? Because sometimes we go with variables, sometimes we go with structure, sometimes we'll go with internal tables, different things. Okay, yeah, correct. This time you will get it. Okay, yes. Fine, types and objects. Yes, we reached here. Right. This is almost, I forgot the page numbers and all. Right. Yeah, data objects list is available here. Yes, this is what the picture is. I was looking for this. So you have to understand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First one is first picture one. What is this picture one? They 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But what about 0? 0, no explanation for 0. But I am explaining to you 0 is nothing but. So 1 second.